Hey, Shalom Markins, we've come back apart from Jim Muslim, giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Hashem, Yahweh Shai, Hashem Chachvadash. Want to give double honors unto the elders, the apostles of GMS, and Shalom out there to the hopeful elect, pushing his truth and all sincerity. Back again with another video. Got this article here from BBC News. A brother posted up in the chat, and these are the results of the rulership of Esau. You know, the earth has been given into the hand of the wicked, and the wicked don't know how to rule this earth. Right, and everything that he does and everything that he touches ultimately leads to the decline of existence. Basically everything, right? His ways are not conducive to life. It's not beneficial to life, right? And this this I don't know what would you call it, this westernization of nations, is causing the earth and the people and and the inhabitants of the earth to die. Be it plants and animals or whatever, right? Humans here, people here, right? It's all bringing death into the world, right? And here's a result of his ideologies, all right, amongst other things, okay, which we're gonna get into in this article here, right? So here it's got for BBC News, right? Titled here: fertility rate, jaw-dropping global crash in children being born, right? It goes on to read, right? It says the world is ill prepared for the global crash in children being born, which is set to have a jaw-dropping impact on societies, says researchers. Falling fertility rates mean nearly every country could have shrinking populations by the end of the century. And 23 nations, including Spain and Japan, are expected to see their populations half by 2100, right? Which we don't even believe we're going to get that far. But, this is, but they're omitting this themselves, or admitting it themselves, right? That if this world was to continue, right, that population will be drastically cut, right? Which is funny, because is that not what the elites want? Right? Is that not what they're aiming for? Right? Is that not what was on their Georgia Guidestones, man? How they would like to maintain, or they should maintain, humanity under 500 million, right? It's funny how their agendas seem to be moving in this direction, like actually playing out, right? For those, who think this is maybe just, conspiracy talk or whatever. But it's just funny that it's happening the way they kind of want it. It's going in that direction, right? Especially with our Mr. Gil Bates, right? And his goal of basically getting people to take V's, right, to reduce population, right, to reduce carbon emissions, to reduce our carbon footprint as a as a species, right? It's funny that it's all heading in this direction, isn't it? Right? Because obviously in this article they put, what they're gonna tell you here, they put the onus or the reason behind these falling numbers basically on women being in the workforce and that kind of stuff, because they've eaten Esau's fruit. They've taken his doctrine, his philosophies, and changed the way that they're supposed to be operating. Right? Women are not women today. They're nothing but puppets of Esau, working in his economy and destroying destroying men. That's all they're here doing. Right? Destroying themselves, destroying everything else. They're not fulfilling the functions that they were made to, they were created for, right? Because of Esau, right? And that's what they blame it on. But there's more at play than just that. Okay, definitely more in play than just that. So, but let's continue reading. This is countries will also age dramatically, with as many people turning 80 as they are being born. Right, so there's gonna be a whole lot more old people in the world compared to younger people, right? And that's the imbalance in the earth, because old people need taken care of, right? And so if that's not possible, these old people are fucked. You know, there'll be less work going on. Because these men are retired, or you're gonna keep them working to the like 100 now. We'll bust up back. Like man's back's already bust up by the time they're like 25, right? So you want them to work with a broke back. You can't see shit, man. I need triple glazed, triple glazed fucking glasses lenses. Anyway, right? So what's going on, right? So here's them trying to explaining it, right? So the fertility rate. Oh, what's going on? The fertility rate. The average number of children a woman gives birth to is falling. If the number falls below approximately 2.1, then the size of the population starts to fall. In 1950, women were having an average of 4.7 children in their lifetime, right? So 4 to 5 children they were having back then, right? That's unthinkable right now. These women don't care really about having large families like that. Esau's made everybody poor, and they feel they can't really provide for a family like that size. Esau's is fucking inflated all the shit, right? So it's difficult to even have a family that big now, even if you wanted to, like because of the cost of it all, right? So Esau's attacking from multiple angles, right? So it says researchers at the University of Washington's Institute of Health Metrics and Evaluation showed the global fertility rate nearly halved to 2.4 in 2017, and their study published in the Lancet projects it will fall below 1.7 in 2100 or 2100, right? And so you got this graph here, right? And this is decline. It's a decline, right? It's a decline. Everything is declining in this place. Under the ruleship of Esau, everything is declining, right? Esau, he wants his number down. He wants it well down, right? And these projections or these trajectories that are being shown here, is if this was to happen, if things was kind of like to stay on the path course of how things are going right now, like the speed of it, the time of it, right? But Esau's planning to add a few things in there, right? Like V's and wars and famines and all kinds of shit, right? He looking to bring his number down low, and he looking to do it quickly. He ain't looking to know 2100. He ain't looking that far. Revelation 12 and 12, right? Let's bring it out. Revelation 12 and 12, man. He have a short time. He's not waiting to 2100. All right? He ain't waiting that long. And most I ain't gonna have this drag out to 2100. You crazy? Fucking hell. All right, Revelation 12. So therefore rejoice ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you having great wrath. Right, this is part of his wrath, right? Because he knoweth that he have but a short time. Right, so he's not trying to wait to know 2100. What, another 70 plus years from now? He ain't waiting. He ain't trying to wait that long anyway, right? So he's gonna add other things into the mix. Okay, World War, that's gonna bring down numbers of the planet dramatically, right? Famines and man, I always talk about disease X and these type of things here, right? He got V's ready to go, right? And so you're looking to attack this number down hard, but look how much he's been dropping. Look how much progress he's made so far, right? And he's gonna do a lot more, right? So down here, says, as a result, the researchers expect the number of people on the planet to peak at 9.7 billion around 2064 before falling down to 8.8 billion by the end of the century. All right. So numbers are gonna, still go up for the time being, but also he's don't want that, right? So, like I say, he's working hard to make sure these numbers don't materialize, right? That's a pretty big thing. Most of the world is transitioning into a natural population decline. Is it natural? Is it natural? Or is this because of Esau and his management of the earth and his philosophies and his doctrines? Because if things hadn't changed in terms of like people's how people lived, their cultures and stuff like that, if that hadn't changed, things would be good to continuing as they were, right? The population would still be birth rate will still be high, or high enough at least, or whatever, right? But it's only because Esau's, this is not natural. Only because Esau's brought the woman into the workplace and made women hate men and vice versa and all this kind of shit. Uh, promotes abortion and all this kind of shit, right? This is the only reason why, um, the numbers are going this way, in this direction. Because Esau's at work, doing things. It's not natural. It's not. They're not being left alone to their own devices. Now Esau is pushing them in these directions, right? So it's not natural. Okay, the natural thing is for a woman to have children, right? Not to abstain from having children because she wants to focus on her career. That's not normal. That's not natural, right? Anyway, this is I think it's incredibly hard to think that I think it's incredibly hard to think this through and recognize how big a thing this is. It's extraordinary. We'll have to reorganize societies. Pardon me. So why are fertility rates falling? Okay, so here's supposedly the why. It has nothing to do with sperm counts, though. On another note, sperm counts are going down. Right, that reduces the chances of getting your woman pregnant. Our testosterone levels and all that kind of stuff is affecting our sperm counts and shit, and it's making us less potent, right? So, like I said, Esau's doing multiple attacks, so that is happening. Okay, even though they're trying to say it's got nothing to do with that, but give it time. Well, give it time. Your sperm is gonna be dead. They're not gonna be having, they're gonna have no strength for them to do shit. They ain't gonna make no journey to no egg. They're gonna be dying in the mist, right? Because Esau dramatically reduces your chances, man. You ain't gonna get to no egg. You ain't gonna have no children. And brother mentioned that movie, man, Children of Men, which I think I've got here. Yeah, I've got it here. Where the population, the people weren't having children no more, and there was one miracle. There was one miracle child that they were all trying, they were trying to protect. Right, that is a vision or a prophecy of Esau kind of thing. That's what he what he wants, right? What he envisions that he's gonna do, right? And so this is the way the world is going under his rulership, right? Let me grab something else. Oops. Oh no, it's not king, is it? It's ruler. All right, from Sirach chapter 10, verse. Let's start from the top. Verse 1. A wise judge will instruct his people, and the government of a prudent man is well ordered. Right? As the judge of the people is himself, so are his officers. And what manner of man the ruler of the city is, such are all they that dwell therein. Verse 3. Right? This is the point where we want to get. An unwise king destroyeth his people. Everything Esau is doing is leading everyone to destruction, man. Right? That's a convincing. This is how the world should be. That we need to promote women, push women to be competitive with men and work their ass off and neglect to have children, all this kind of stuff. We need to promote LGBTism, and that's another thing that's reducing the population because we've got a whole bunch of fucking flamers walking around everywhere. Things like this, right? All this is leading to the demise of humanity because he's an unwise king, unwise ruler. He's the wicked. He can't rule right. He thinks he knows best, right? But he's just a fool. He's an idiot. All right. So that was the point I wanted to get at that. Um, so yeah, back here it says so it has nothing to do with sperm counts or the usual things that come to mind when discussing fertility. Instead, it is being driven by more women in education and work, right? So this is what we're saying, right? As well as greater access to contraception, leading, well, I guess abortion is part of contraception, right? Leading to women choosing to have fewer children, having women choosing to have fewer children, right? So it's the woman's fault. Again, bringing more death into the world, more decline, right? And this is check this, right? This interesting. They dropped this one in there like it was nothing, right? It says in many ways. Oh, come on. In many ways, falling fertility rates are a success story. Oh, that's the minds of the elites being put out here, man. Right? A success story because they want to bring the population down because they say it's too much, right? But having this, what they're doing here is going to destroy everything and everybody, right? It's going to leave nobody here except for them, and in the fucking they plan on living forever in the transhumanistic bodies and shit, man. They don't want no one to repopulate, to have children and shit. They want to, they look at people being, sterilized in the future, man. you know. So yeah, in many ways, falling fertility rates are a success story. Really, okay, right? But again, it says instead of they're blaming women in education and work, right? Because Esau has changed, how people are operating in this earth, man. All right. Let's see. Yeah, let me grab this. Micah 2 verse 1. Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it because it's in the power of their hands. So Esau's, he's you know, put his doctrine out there, right? To mess with the minds of the people, to deceive the minds of the people, right? And have them doing some bullshit, right? And it's, like I said, it's causing women to leave their nature, right? And this is what I want to get from Romans chapter 1 verse 26. Because even though this is really going into, you know, the homoisms and shit, right? The LGBTisms, right? Even mentally, how these women are behaving, even if they are women, are not acting like women. They're not behaving like women. They're not maternal like they're supposed to be. Like they don't want the same things that like like the women in the 1950s wanted. Like had like families and shit. These women don't want families. They're too vain to have families. They're too self-important to have families. A lot of these women out here. But anyway, let me read this. Romans 1 verse 26. For this cause God gave them up unto vile affections. Even their women did change the natural use into that which is against nature. Right? There's a natural use for the woman, man. She's been given an ability that nobody has, in our species, man. And that's to carry children and to give birth to children. Okay, we have the ability to plant seed, to plant those children, right? But she has the ability to birth those children, right? And that is her role, just like we have our roles, right? The man was made to be the stronger, to be the greater, right? And a woman is there to serve her husband and her family, to bear children for him, right? But Esau's told the world, or told these women, that no, that's demeaning. That's misogynistic and all this shit, and making women really hate who they are, right? And it's causing them to be more man-like, which no man really wants. It's just more stress. But Esau gets benefits out of that. He gets to tax the shit out of you. Has you been stressed all the damn fucking time, and fighting your man because you're stressed all the damn time, to create divides in the house and chaos. So Esau he benefits out of all of that, man. But you think Esau is here to benefit you? He's not. His doctrines, his teachings, his laws and decrees that he makes in your favor are not here to benefit you. Okay, it's destroying you, man, and it's evident because you women are fucking still unhappy, man. You're more unhappy than you ever been. Living this type of life. And like I said, it's having a negative impact on the whole fucking earth. and you just, you you don't see it, you don't understand, right? So Esau has been corrupting the minds of these women to be like that, right? Just like he fucked with Eve in the garden, all right? As Jeremiah 51 verse 7 says, Babylon have been a golden cup in the Lord's hands, right? Because all this shit it stems from America and their doctrines, their teachings, all the civil rights movements, and uh, uh, um, women's lib and all that kind of shit, funded by the elites. It's all from there, man. Corrupting all these women, corrupting the earth, man. So Babylon have been a golden cup in the Lord's hand that made all the earth drunken, right? With their philosophies, man, with their teachings, their doctrines. The nations have drunken over wine, and that's why these problems are not just in America, right? They're not in just certain places, like Japan, everywhere that's been adopting these types of lifestyles, right? Because all these nations kind of they marvel, wonder after America, and so they adopt a lot of their ways, man, and that's why they're all having these issues because these people are focusing more on the bullshit Esau's fed them, as opposed to living traditional lifestyles. Esau's changed all of that. And then they got a problem on their hands, right? The nations have drunken over wine, therefore the nations are mad, right? Like I said, they've got problems, they've got issues they got to deal with now. They thought it was all good, but now there's consequences, there's repercussions for your actions, for following Esau. All right. So let's go back here. It says which country will be most be affected, right? So Japan's population, right, is projected to fall from a peak of 128 million in 2017 to less than 53 million by the end of the century. It's a mad drop. It is expected to see an equally dramatic population crash from 61 million to 28 million over the same time frame. There are 2 of 23 countries, which also include Spain, Portugal, Thailand, South Korea, expected to see their population more than half. That is jaw-dropping, Professor Murray told me, right? China, currently the most populous nation in the world, is expected to peak at 1.4 billion in 4 years, 4 years' time, before nearly halving to 732 million by 2100. India will take its place as the most populated nation. The UK is predicted to peak at 75 million in 2063 and fall to 71 million by 2100. All right. However, this is a graph there, right? So, however, this will be a truly global issue. Everything that Esau is doing is affecting the whole earth, man. Right? Because he rules over the whole earth. Right? He wants to affect the whole earth with his bullshit, right? So with 183 out of 195 countries having a fertility rate below the replacement level. Why is this a problem? You might think this is great for the environment. A smaller population will reduce carbon emissions as well as deforestation for farmland. That will be true, except for the inverted age structure, more old people than young people, and all the uniformly negative consequences of an inverted age structure. Right? Because like I said, the old can't support the young. That's not how things work. Right? This is study projects the number of under fires will fall from 681 million in 2017 to 401 million in 2100. The number of over 80-year-olds will soar from 141 million in 2017 to 866 million in 2100. It's bare old people. It will create enormous social change. It makes me worried because I have an 8-year-old daughter and I wonder what the world would be like. Blah, blah, blah. Who pays tax in a massively aged world? Right? Because obviously you stop paying taxes because you ain't fucking working no more. You're retired. Right? And they're paying you, right? They're paying you. The government pay you for your your pensions and shit. Your job, your company, right? Might pay you pensions or whatever. Right? They don't pay. They don't pay no more. You've paid all your taxes. right? So what they're gonna do? Extend the time you at work? Because they be doing that, you know. But how long do you want them to work for? Like I said, they're gonna come to a rock out back. You ain't doing shit, you know. You want fucking in the fucking hospital every fucking week, every day, you know. So anyway, it says who pays for healthcare for the elderly, right? Who looks after the elderly? Will people still be able to retire from work? So we need a soft landing, argues Professor Murray. Are there any solutions? Countries, including the UK, have used immigration to boost their population and compensate for falling fertility rates. Now, immigration is a big problem right now across the earth, right? People are mad because of immigration, right? So that has its own problems. That method, right? Because it's causing, let's say, problems and chaos in these different countries, right? However, this stops being the answer once nearly even. However, this stops being the answer once nearly every country's population is shrinking, right? Because they can't give. If everyone's got a problem with shrinking population, they're not. You, they're not gonna be. No one's gonna be coming over. You can't replace those people, right? So we will go from the period where it is a choice to open borders or not. Frank competition for migrants, as there won't be enough, right? Not enough migrants, right? Some countries have tried policies such as enhanced maternity and paternity leave, free childcare, financial incentives, and extra employment rights, but there is no clear answer. Uh, Professor Murray says, I find people laugh it off. They can't imagine it could be true, like this situation, right? They think women would just decide to have more kids. And that would be the responsible thing to do, right? For women just to to say, you know what, as a woman, I've got a duty, right? A God-given duty to have children, right? To make sure that humanity doesn't die. You'd think they'd do that, right? But like I said, women have become so fucking self-centered, right? They ain't just gonna do that. They ain't gonna take, they ain't gonna put that first before them. They won't put anything before themselves. Because Esau's made these women proud as hell, man. Like they ain't got to do nothing or listen to nobody. You know, that's how Esau's got them acting. These are not what's that term, man? They're not prepared to sacrifice it. Do any kind of sacrifice for the greater good kind of thing. Um, so if you can't find a solution, then eventually the species disappears. See, this is me. It's a big issue, man. We would need to step up. You women need to step up, man. Spread them eggs. Right? Have those children, man. Um, so the species disappears, but that's a few centuries away, right? So even that is not fucking long, is it? 300 years? Nah, that's crazy. But like I said, we're not even gonna get to that far in it anyway. But what a crazy road that would be, It said if Esau would continue to rule, there literally would be no one left, right? Let me grab this. It's Matthew 24 and verse 21, right? It says, for then shall be great tribulation, such as was not since the beginning of the world to this time, no, nor shall ever be. And except those days should be shortened, right? So we can't be going to no 2100 to no 3 centuries from now, because there's going to be no one left to be saved, right? We're going to die because the civil war all over again. To the woman, just because she didn't want to have no children. Crazy, right? I don't care. We could all die. That's her attitude, man. Fuck you. Right. So yeah. So those days should be shortened. There should no flesh be saved. Right. So like I said, if time was to go on for that long, hypothetically, right, that would be the state of the world, man. It would be just empty. The world will be empty, man. Right? But for the elect's sake, those days shall be short, right? For though we'll be elect for our sakes, right? We're not be going to no fucking 2100, man. Right? We ain't gonna be going all that way in time. You know what I'm saying? With Esau as ruler over the earth, there's no way. All right. This is the researchers warn against undoing the progress on women's education, right? So taking them back a few centuries, right? They don't want to encourage women to be mothers again, to be responsible parents and that kind of shit. They want to uphold what they've taught them, right? They want to uphold this madness that they've given them, even though it's negatively affecting the planet. These people are fucking stupid, you know. So the research warned against undoing the progress on women's education and access to contraception. Says responding to population decline is likely to become an overriding policy concern in many nations, but must not compromise the efforts to enhance women's reproductive health or progress on women's rights. So you're prepared to sacrifice the whole fucking planet just for some women's rights, man. Crazy shit. Right? And it goes into Africa. Africa, obviously, you know, they're having bare children. Right, and but Gil Bates is at work there, man. Don't worry, he's working hard up there, but he's getting run out of, he's getting chased around, man, because people are trying to kick him out of the country. You know, so he's on the run a bit, you know. But yeah, Africa's still doing alright. It's doing good in terms of people. Like they ain't got to worry about none of this yet, but they do have to worry about Gil Bates. Right, because he's working on it. He's working on it hard, man. The elite's got him working hard out there. You know, developing V's and all that kind of stuff, and so you know, I wouldn't watch this too much. You know, that's pretty much the arc anyway. You know, it's already a little bit there. If you want to read it, you can, but that's all we want to bring out. All right, let's see if I got any more scriptures here still. All right, okay. But like I mentioned too, you know, Esau been working heavy with the V's and you know to do with the viruses and so that kind of stuff. So you know he's looking at other ways to bring down these numbers also. Say wars on the horizon. He's always instigating wars, right? So we know there's a World War III coming. So that's gonna heavily drop numbers around the earth. You know, and like I said all these the food, the water, all this is having an effect on our ability to produce sperm, and you know the fertility of women is having an effect on. You know, so Esau's attacking this shit from all angles, man. But like I said, they're focusing on all this education shit and the roles of women today. You know, but there's more. There's more than just that, right? But this is from Jeremiah 31 verse 22. How long will thou go about, O thou backsliding daughter? For the Lord hath created a new thing in the earth. A woman shall compass a man, right? Because Esau's put her up on a pedestal above the average man, not above the elites, but above the average man in society. Esau's put the woman above it, right? So, you know, she thinks she wearing the fucking pants now, right? Esau's giving her a pair of pants, right? And told her ass to go to work, and that you're better than a man now. You know, and you ain't gonna listen to nobody. Don't let that man tell you anything. You know, you think about yourself, go in your career. don't let don't let him tell you otherwise, right? Why Esau's fucking fleecing you, right? Serving his purposes and shit. This is 1 Timothy chapter 4 verse 1. So now the Spirit speaketh expressly that in the latter times some shall depart from the faith. Right, we mentioned about the natural order of women that the Most High created, you know, what the Most High created women for, right? And they're departing from the natural order of things, man. Right? So giving heed to seducing spirits. Who is Esau? Esau's a seducing spirit. These elites, right? And all these policies and shit. They're seducing spirits that they bring out to the world, man. Right? So giving heed to seducing spirits and doctrines of devils. Right? These things, like I said, are not conducive to life, man. These are not. This is not how things should be supposed to be running. You know. In 2 Timothy chapter 3, verse 16 says, all scripture is given by inspiration of the Most High Yahweh and is profitable for doctrine, for reproof, for correction, for instruction in righteousness. This book is instructions, man, how to live well, righteously on the earth, man, to prosper. Right? But everybody seems to want to do the opposite. And wonder why shit don't fucking work out for them. Why shit don't work, you know? In Sirach 19, Sirach chapter 19, verse 19, the knowledge of the commandments of the Lord is the doctrine of life. Right? This is the doctrine of life. Right? Anything else is really a doctrine of death, right? And that's where it's leading everybody to death. Esau's way is leading everyone to death, leading to the decline of humanity in various different ways. You know, but it's seemingly they want to remain strong and wrong, you know, headstrong on you know, keeping things the same and trying to find out some other solution to the problem. But you know, that's all a facade, because obviously they ain't trying to solve shit. Okay, these numbers are going to plummet even greater than what they're projecting, right? Because that's what they're really working on, bringing these numbers down quicker, harder, right? That's what they're really about doing, you know. But I'm gonna end it there. Lord, has been edifying, and I'll catch you brothers and sisters on the next video. So next time, I say shalom.